Welcome. Thank you for joining me today for Ashley's Heart Song. This is the place where we get out of the stress and back into our body, our life, and our business. Y'all, when we tap into the song of our heart, that is when we master the mind and the stress that can steal our life. I am so happy to welcome you to today's show, all about the unknown and the fear of the unknown and how sometimes that can steal us away. It can take us hostage, pull us under, and come up for air, maybe in a little while, maybe not. Many times and often, people are stuck in this cycle of anxiety. And I, for one, was one of those people who had been, for a time in my life, stuck in that cycle of anxiety. And today I want to bring you a message that will hopefully help you, guide you, nourish you along your journey to finding freedom from this during times of unrest. First, I would like to start with our wonderful vitality score. When we're looking at this place of anxiety and how it can play a role in our life, one of the things that we can do to help combat it is by attending to our vitality score, the vitality within us, and nurturing each aspect of who we are. We have the spiritual essence of us, the physical, the emotional, and the mental. So let's go through and find out, where are you today in this moment with your vitality? So let's start with the spiritual essence of you. Spiritually, where are you today in the vitality score from 1 to 10? 1 being you're totally disconnected, you are lost. 10 being super connected, in alignment, you're rocking it. Where are you on your spiritual score? Anywhere on the 1 to 10 scale. Write down your number and be honest, y'all. Be honest. Next, we're going to move to your physical body. Physically, the home of your spiritual self. Where are you in this moment today? Physically. 1, do you feel weak, fatigued? Or are you a 10 where you feel much energy, you're strong, you feel great physically? Anywhere on the spectrum of 1 to 10, write down your number. Don't think about it. First number that comes to mind. We don't want to reason it, right, y'all? It's just the number. Next, we're moving to mentally. Mentally, where are you today? Are you around a 1 where you are scattered, inability to hold a thought, forgetful? Or are you a 10? You are on point, you're knocking it out of the park, you are clear, much clarity within. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And then we're going to go to the emotional center of you. Emotionally, where are you really? Where are you really emotionally? This is the area in which we typically will slide past, or we could stay stuck inside of it. So we want to really look at this number closely from 1 to 10. 1, are you emotionally disjointed? Are you out of balance? Are you moody? Are you crying? Are you fretful? Are you frightened? Where are you emotionally? Are you around the 1 or are you around a 10? Or emotionally you feel balanced, you feel joyful, opportunity, optimism, positivity. That's around a 10. Anywhere on that spectrum, put your number down. Now you're going to calculate your score by adding those 4 numbers up. And the high score is 40. And this is not a score of judgment. This is a score of what we are looking at to really see, where is our vitality today and what can we do to elevate it? Because the more elevated our vitality is, the healthier we are. The healthier you are, that means the more joyful life you're going to experience, the less hiccups you're going to have entering into your life. So hold on to that the aspects that we have, the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, because as we move through this episode around anxiety, embracing the unknown, because that is what anxiety is all about, is it's being terrified of the unknown. It is sometimes suppressing that fear of the unknown. And the more we suppress that anxiety, that fear, the more it's suppressed, the more it is deep, deep, deep down, the more it is going to implode at some point in your life. There are greater chances of that implosion happening the more you suppress it. Whereas when we attend to it, when we look it in the eye and see it for what it really is and work with it, that is when we will find peace in our life. We will find ease. We will experience the flow of life. I'd love to share with you a quote from Pema Chondron. It's C-H-O with the two dots, D-R-O-N. And Pema is a renowned thought leader in the realm of mindfulness and dealing with uncertainty. And she says, the future is completely open and we are riding it moment to moment. This quote encapsulates the essence of embracing openness, mindfulness, and the anticipation for what's next in life. It encourages us to live in the present and shape our future with our current actions. The way we are in any given moment is dictating what the future is going to unfold as. So if we are standing in the muck puddle of fear in this moment, then that means that our next moment is going to be filled with that fear, unless in this moment we pull ourselves out of it and stand firm inside of who you really are. And in Ashley's Heart Song, that is what the journey is all about. It's about finding who you are, your gift, your core values, what it is that you stand for, bringing all of that together and creating this melody that lives within you, that when you tap into that, that gives you strength, it gives you power, it brings wisdom, it brings discernment, it brings clarity, it brings strength. It will lift you up out of the pit of the unknown, the anxiety that hides within it, into your own personal powerful journey. Anxiety stems from different things that come up in our life. Sometimes it's the change of seasons. Sometimes it's moving from fall into winter, summer into fall, spring into summer, winter into spring. Sometimes it is moving into the holiday season. I have worked with several people that when October hits, it's like this, it's like clockwork. And all of a sudden their body is filled with anxiety because of what's about to happen. All the holiday events, all of the family get-togethers, all of that brings that feeling of anxiety into the pit of their stomach. And what I've heard so often that breaks my heart is, it's the holidays. Once it gets over with, it'll go away. Oh my gosh, why even go through your holiday like that? Why go through a holiday fit to be tied? Why go through a holiday being terrified when the holiday is the most wonderful time of the year? Why go through it filled with pain, anguish, discomfort? I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all, The more we do that, the more that right there, that chemistry from October to December is stored inside your body. And you want to know why a decade later you're hurting so bad? That's the reason why. All those emotions have been stored inside your body. There is a stress chemistry that takes place with anxiety. Believe me, I know. I have lived it. I lived it for a decade. I was terrified out of my mind for years. Became afraid to eat, became afraid of my own shadow, became afraid to drive down the street, became afraid to do anything. Put a morsel of food in my mouth. I was terrified. That all of that chemistry is stored inside your body, in your soft tissue, in your muscles, in your organs, and it sits there and it wreaks havoc on your vitality. Holidays is just a small thing. What about political shifts, societal unrest, all of those things that the external world is filled with and talking about incessantly all the time? That is enough to make anybody filled with anxiety. This is a universal experience, y'all. And it has a profound impact on our life. Our human brain is wired for fear. Why? Many of you may have heard me talk about this before, but our brain is wired for fear because that is what keeps this physical body alive. It keeps you safe. If a bear was to run out from the trees at the back of my property, thank the Lord, I have a brain that is wired to save my life. Because by golly, I want all that stress chemistry pouring through my body so I can get away from the bear. However, when it comes to holidays, we don't need that kind of anxiety. When it comes to things that are happening in the external world, we don't need to live inside of that. This has psychological and emotional effects, impacts to our body, to our very well-being. When we look at what not the future holds, when we look at how not knowing what it holds, when we're looking at it from that perspective, and can be also, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. When we live inside of that, that brings fear. That brings the anxiety chemistry. And yet when we live inside of something else, when we live inside of the song of our heart, our purpose, our calling, when we live inside of that, that opens the door to freedom. There are many tools that I use with my clients that I teach them so that they have access to at any given moment. And my whole philosophy is caring for the body, the soul, your mind, heart, and emotional center, and the spirit of you together. And inside of that, there are some beautiful tools to help take the edge off and to clear the subconscious mind of a fear that seems to live inside of it. This is how I was able to address a lot of the food fears that I had. Was through what is called emotional resolution, or short, we call it MRES. But what I want to show you right now, before we go into that component, is I want to share with you what is really happening when you're in this state of chronic anxiety. And I want to share with you a slide. I don't normally share things here, but this is so valuable, and I think the visual is so important, that When we are in this place of fear and anxiety around whatever is going on in our life, we store fat. This equals a high amount of visceral fat, which is the fat around the organs, which means that the organs begin to suffocate. They can't breathe. Our body cannibalizes. What that means is that because you're running at such a high octave, the only fuel source you have is muscle. So your body uses your muscle for energy. You begin to have low muscle tone. When I was experiencing those years of anxiety, I had been a power lifter, y'all. I had muscle mass. I was strong. I mean, wow. I had some good muscles. And then I went through this year of anxiety and I dropped over 25 pounds, and most of it was muscle. It wreaks havoc on the system, and it takes a bit for the body to catch up, if it ever can totally catch up. When we're in this place of anxiety and stress, we secrete vitamins and minerals from our bones, our body systems. Y'all, this creates wrinkles. There's not a woman alive who wants wrinkles early in life. Stop having anxiety, and that stress chemistry flow through your body, and you will diminish the wrinkles. Another thing that happens is we have decreased enzymatic output in the gut. What this is it's 20,000 fold, y'all. So we have these enzymes in our stomach that chew up our food and begins the breakdown process so that the nutrients from it can be assimilated throughout our body. Well, if you have decreased enzymatic output, then you're going to have digestive unrest. You could have heartburn, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut, whole host of digestive issues. Die off of healthy gut bacteria is another. Gut bacteria is our immune system, a lot of our immune system. When that bacteria begins to die off, you are opening the doorway and are more susceptible to immune issues, illness, dis-ease coming in. This is all fear, y'all, and it's no fun. When you live inside of this year after year because of the anxiety you have in the holidays, do you really want to be the living proof of all of this in a decade, in 5 years, 3 years? It doesn't take long. 1 year. Every single metabolic system is affected by stress and anxiety. Every single one. There is not a system that gets to escape. Every single one of them. These emotions are wreaking havoc on your health. They're wreaking havoc on your very soul. Because this type of experience, the stress and anxiety experience, literally tears your soul apart. Your mind, your mindset goes from positivity to stinking thinking, fear. Oh my gosh, what's next? Now what's going to happen? The heart of you. The thing about the heart, it can work independently of the head brain. It can argue till the cows come home with the head brain and remind you how strong you are, how capable you are, and whose you are. It can do that. However, y'all know what this is like when the voice of your mind just starts running rampant and we don't take, I don't want to say control, but when we don't master it, the heart is quieted. The heart is a whisper. And this is really loud upstairs in the head. And when it's really loud, we don't hear the whisper. The emotional center of you, all of this destroys that emotional center. The one in you that had the childlike zest when you were a little kid, teenager who was always happy, a 20-year-old who just felt invincible and like they could do anything. And then all of a sudden the anxiety hits and knocks you flat. Takes a beating on the emotional center. You become imbalanced, you become fearful of everything. When the emotional center of you is impacted, we can get self-destructive. Self-destructive with food, self-destructive with how we treat our body, self-destructive in coping mechanisms, self-destructive in our thought patterns. Caring for the soul aspect of you, your mind, your heart, your emotional center, I recommend be at the forefront of your daily routine. Because when you care for the mind, the heart, the emotional center, and the spirit of you, your physical body is going to be just fine. Your physical self will be incredibly healthy and vibrant when you care for your mind, your heart, the emotional center of you, and are spiritually aligned. It can't help be healthy. It can't help it. This state of anxiety can impact not only that physical body and your health, but your career. Think of how you show up in your world with your business, with your job. When we are in that state of anxiety, we have decision paralysis. We have decreased productivity and many times job dissatisfaction. Or we begin to think, oh, I'm no good at this because I'm so scared all the time. I'm no good at this. And we begin to break ourselves down. In that area of finances, we begin to analyze our financial decisions are not the best decisions when we're in anxiety. We begin to avoid financial planning, avoid the debt, avoid anything that has to do it. And many times people are spending money like crazy when they're scared out of their mind. They become impulsive. That's another destructive pattern that sets in when we are in that state of anxiety. And then when we're looking at our physical body again around nourishment, and when I look at nourishment, I'm looking at not only the food aspect of it, but everything that goes with nourishment. Are you nourishing yourself with relationships that elevate you? Are you nourishing yourself with books and music that inspire you? Are you nourishing yourself with activity that you feel a thrill with when you do them? There are some things that we can do on a daily basis that helps to elevate that nourishment quotient, that helps to bring you to center, that helps to calm the anxiety, that helps to bring you back to center so that you realize how powerful you really are. This first one is one that we speak to a lot here on Ashley's Heart Song, and that is mindfulness and meditation. Grounding yourself in the present moment dispels anxiety. It dispels the worries of the future because you're in this present moment. I recommend doing this mindfulness activity where you are in the present moment. I recommend you do it in an environment that truly nourishes you. Like for me personally, I love, 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 love my back porch. When I'm on my back porch, I'm hearing the birds singing. I am hearing crickets sometimes during the day. I feel the breeze and hear the breeze. I hear the wind chime on my back porch. I can see the wind blowing through the wild grasses that we have in the back area. I can taste sometimes some things in the air. I can smell the hay. I can smell the different grasses and the flowers. And when we bring ourselves into a mindfulness in a place that is nourishing to us, and one where we truly can bring all of our senses into the present moment and stay there for 3 to 5 minutes, just listening, smelling, tasting, touching, seeing, feeling, hearing. When we can do all of that for 3 to 5 minutes, it will bring us to center. I recommend starting every single day with that. And if you can't do it like right when you wake up, that's cool. I don't either, because I'm in my bathroom, right? Brushing my teeth, getting ready, putting my clothes on, doing a back yoga routine, limbering up my body before I head out the door. And in my closet, I would try to do mindfulness and meditation in my closet, but I'm sorry, there's just nothing in there. So what I do is I get all that done, and then I come out to my porch. So it's about on the second hour that I am awake. But what am I doing that first hour? I'm not allowing my mind to go to anxiety. I'm not allowing myself to look at stuff on my phone that would send me through the roof of anxiety. No, what we want to do during that hour is to nourish our mind, heart, and our emotional center with maybe I am statements, prayers, gratitude, verses from the Bible, any scriptures that you know, any poems that inspire you, anything at all that's inspirational, and you are filling yourself up with that. Just fill yourself up with that until you can get out to your mindfulness. And then once you get into that mindfulness, because you filled it with gratitude and the verses that you love, the quotes that you love, once you have done that, you are there. You're ready for mindfulness and meditation. And you just sit present with it and be there 3 to 5 minutes. Another action that you can take that will help you during these times of the unknown, that shifting unrest, is focus on actionable steps that can help mitigate these feelings of helplessness that you can have at times. So if you feel helpless over something, if you feel afraid of something coming, then simply write down some action steps that you can take that would attend to it, that can put that to rest. Action brings you to homeostasis faster than anything. So take action and get things done. If you're, let's say finances, if finances are just driving you nuts and you are stressed out and anxious about those, then attend to them, take action and attend to them. Put your books in order, tally up your receipts, take care of those monthly expenses, attend to it, and that will bring calm to your very soul. That's an example. Another thing we can do, the third thing that you can do in this time of unrest, is to seek support. Seek support from those that inspire you. Seek support from those that bring joy into your life. Seek support from those that bring you life energy. And that is very, very important. If you find that the people you're hanging with now are filling you with anxiety, it is time to find a new set of friends. Hang with more people that make you feel good and less people that make you feel fear. There really is nothing to fear in this life. Nothing. You are fully equipped and fully resourced to take on anything that comes at you. The fourth step we can take is healthy lifestyle choices. Make healthy lifestyle choices. Listen to your body. When your body is giving you a signal of digestive unrest, tune in. What did you eat? What were you feeling? Where was your mindset? What was happening at the time? Turn it around, put it in order. Listen to your body. Get sleep. Hydrate. Balanced nutrition. Exercise. Positivity. Emotional resolution. Awareness. Stillness. Bring all of those in. Healthy lifestyle choices will be your best friend. I encourage you and urge you to not let anxiety get away from you. When you feel anxiety, when you feel the fear set within, the moment you feel it, attend to it. Look it in the eye. Say, I know who you are. And if you know emotional resolution, emotionally resolve it immediately. If you don't know emotional resolution, then be present in the mindfulness that I was instructing you to do earlier. Go into mindfulness. Don't think about the fear any longer. Just go into mindfulness and be present in that moment without your head brain telling you what's wrong with life. Go to what your senses are picking up that's around you. Do not suppress it. There's a difference. Suppressing it is pretending it doesn't exist. And every time it shows up, you just push it down even more. What I'm asking you to do is to let it shoo away like a pesky little fly, and you attend to the moment through your senses. Attend to the moment by emotionally resolving the fear that is within you. That will clear the subconscious mind and allow the fear to release and go away and not come back. If you don't do these practices, it will come back and get you. It will. I've lived it. I've been there. It ain't fun. It is not fun. But when you know what to do, when you know how to put it in order, when you know how to attend to your emotions, when you know how to step into the song of your heart, when you know how to do these things, then when life's battles come before you, girl, you got this with ease and grace. I encourage you to step into this battle. Step into this. Open your arms up. Yeah, anxiety, here I am. What are you going to do about it? Look it in the eye. Don't run from it. Look it in the eye and just resolve it. Stand firm in who you are and the power within you, because you are fully resourced and fully equipped to handle whatever comes your way each and every day. The future may be uncertain, but that doesn't matter. Because who you are and how you show up in the world is what matters and what changes the world. Those who are steeped in fear can't change the world. Fear doesn't change the world. Who you are at your core, standing firm inside of that, is what changes the world. You show up inside of that, and you will be living a life you love, joy-filled and free. Thank you so much for joining me for Ashley's Heart Song today. I encourage you to join me each week on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central Time, right here on the Win Win Women TV network, where we continue to armor up our lives. I'll see you next week.